So yesterday evening, news breaks in college football that I don't think took anybody by surprise, as many people around the nation had expected Bear Alexander to transfer to USC, but we were just waiting for it to become official. And lo and behold, the word came down that Bear Alexander, former top defensive lineman, had announced his intention to transfer from the Georgia Bulldogs to USC, something we have got to break down today. Before we can, as always, y'all know the drill, I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you surprised Bear Alexander transfers to USC? Let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification as I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below, as those interactions seem small. They are massive. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And I don't think there's any understating what a big win this is for USC. I think everybody understands that USC's offense is going to remain dangerous even though they have to replace some pieces. Retaining Caleb Williams, and inevitably when your head coach is Lincoln Riley, your offense is going to be dangerous. But the big question for the Trojans in year 2 with Lincoln Riley: what strides would the defense take? Alex Grinch's defensive coordinator has taken some heat, and even I have remained critical of the USC defense, but I've always been fair in saying that Alex Grinch and them just got there. They didn't inherit a Ferrari. They inherited a program that needed a rebuild. So it's not like this was a defense instantly ready to go. And yes, the offense hit the ground running, but that's also because you had a Heisman quarterback in Caleb Williams that had familiarity with Lincoln Riley, and that was massive. So for Alex Grinch, there's no understating what a big year this is for the defensive side of the ball for USC. And they have paid attention to the defensive side of the ball. A lot of people ask the question whenever we bring up Alex Grinch and USC, what moves have they made defensively? Well, now it goes without saying that you get Bear Alexander, someone who was productive this past year, able to generate 2 sacks in the national championship, and someone that many people had thought would be a bright spot for that Georgia defense. So getting him is an absolute win, someone who can plug up the middle and create havoc up front for the Trojans. And this was a Trojans defense that was actually able to generate turnovers last year. Now, if you can provide consistent pressure up front, it's going to alleviate pressure on the back end. And getting Bear Alexander can help you create that consistent pressure. But it's the additions that they've made outside of Bear Alexander that shows this is a defense bent on getting better. They have Bear Alexander, but they also get Anthony Lucas, another former top defensive lineman, someone that a lot of schools wanted, transferred from Texas A&M to USC, and that was a big-time win. They get Jack Sullivan, another defensive lineman, another big-time win. Mason Cobb, the linebacker who did a lot for Oklahoma State, someone who looks to continue that trend for USC. Outside of that, you get Christian Roland Wallace from Arizona, the cornerback. You get Kyan Bars, the defensive lineman from Arizona. And you top it all off in the transfer portal with Jamil Muhammad from Georgia State. And look, that's just speaking to the guys they've brought in out the transfer portal. And important to note, we're in the midst of another transfer portal window. If the Trojans want, they can go portal shopping for more defensive talent. But when we look at what they brought in recruiting, 2 names jump out to me: Braylon Shelby and Tackett Curtis. Those guys could be impact players. Look, it's no secret that the USC defense has got to improve. I've talked about this before. When we look at USC's offense, they return Caleb Williams. Yes, they lose Addison, but when you get in a guy like Branch, he's got the ability to be a thorn in the side of defenses everywhere, not to speak of Raleek Brown, who I think is going to be a mismatch and so much fun to watch. And you have Caleb Williams, plus Lincoln Riley calling the shots. Your offense is going to be just fine. It's all about what improvements the defense can make. And when you go out and get difference makers to add into your defense, that's a sign that you can make a step forward. And if USC defensively is able to take steps forward, this is going to be a really dangerous team. I'm super interested to see if they make any more moves, but there is no downplaying what a big addition Bear Alexander is. Someone that can come in and day one be a difference maker for the Trojans. And defensively, that's exactly what they need. I'm super interested in hearing from all of you, hearing your takes on this, but this is a big win for the Trojans. That's it. See ya.